radio show on KDWN 720 AM and 101.5 FM, simulcast here in Las Vegas. Our show is produced by Green Alliance of Nevada, and I'm your host, Paul Ira. And speaking of Green Alliance, if you're not a member, become a member. It's easy. Stan, what's that website?
We've got greenalliancenv.org to sign up for membership.
So membership, there are free memberships for teachers, students, and we also need volunteers because coming in April is
the
Earth Day. 10th annual Green Fest. We're pretty proud of this.
Wow.
Green Fest is going to have over 120 booths, a lot of fun for the kids. Actually, there's fun there for adults, too. There's going to be a beer garden, a lot of places where you can spend money and learn things and buy some sustainable products, help some artists and help some small businesses keep going, and help the planet by reducing your carbon footprint, increasing your level of sustainability, and get more green. Stan, what else you got? You got an event up in Reno on February 1st is Nevada Electric Transportation Forum. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right, that's Green Alliance is actually involved in that. Tom Polakalis is one of our members up in Reno who's putting that together. It'll be at the InNEVation Center at the University of Nevada-Reno, and it'll be on February 1st from 8 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m. And it's an attempt for, just as we're going into the state legislative session in February, a chance for a lot of the people to gather and talk about what we want to do, exactly what Marie's outlining now. In fact, Marie is going to be a speaker at that forum as well, so that'll be fun to get everyone together.
It should be great. Tom Polakalis with SWEEP has done a fantastic job, and Commissioner Pongrantz with the Public Utilities Commission will be there. Senator Chris Brooks will be there. There's a multitude of people to kick off session there to talk about electric vehicles and what Nevada is doing to embrace it. It should be a great event.
Good stuff, good stuff. So again, join Green Alliance, go online, become a member, help us out. You can volunteer for the Green Fest in April. We need lots of bodies to help us move things, set things up, keep an eye on things, and have a lot of fun. And for those of you that are not volunteering, join us at Green Fest. Bring your kids and your family. It's a lot of fun. It's all day long. Typically, it's that time of year when it's sunny. It's not too hot. We've only had one rain that I remember, and that was a bad one. But,
we try to forget that one.
Nice closing sales pitch.
So if it rain's coming your way, it was still a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
The beer garden has a roof over it.
Yes, it does.
It's important if it rains. So as we sat here, I think about this big picture, this vision, which is what this report is taking us to. And sometime in the future, and we don't know if it's going to be 3 years or 5 or 10 or hopefully not 20, but sometime in the near future, this more electric transportation, autonomous vehicles, the autonomous connected electric and shared vehicles scenario.
Jetsons.
ACEs,
Total
the Jetsons. So I don't
Are
know
you
that they're
proud
going to
that
be.
you learned ACEs today?
I am proud of that. And here we are, how apropos being in Las Vegas to know about ACEs. Tell us what your vision is. How does this big picture look? What is this whole electrification going to do, including the solar, the smart city, the tying into the grid, the vehicles, autonomous?
Would you like my magic crystal ball?
Give me your magic crystal ball.
Well, I mean, I think you touched on it right there, and I think it's another thing that Nevada has embraced significantly. Whether it's smart cities, smart communities, or the smart state initiative that they have through the Nevada Governors Association, is that mobility is a huge piece of the tangible solutions inside of smart communities, is what we're calling it now, for resiliency and how we're going to transition, livable communities. So, a vision that I see, at least very specifically, is, these distributed resources, and many people don't know what that means when I say that. So that's, from an energy perspective, distributed resources is your battery, your solar, and your vehicle, which may or may not, if it's electrical, become a resource in the future. So you're driving a battery, basically,
Right.
which is a resource to the grid. So when we think about how that's going to change, and whether you touched on resiliency, that was big at CES, mobile buses, when you think about it like that, is a mobile battery. So now that can become emergency response. So if we have a power outage, you can drive a car or a bus to wherever and be able to just provide backup power. So there's this whole new future of uses for vehicles. How you drive, it's autonomous. So it all envelops into these smart communities of the future that Nevada is very aggressively embracing.
So a bus could go to a disaster area and turn from a bus to a hospital in pretty short order, and provide power, lighting, what have you, to the area, and help with emergency response. So in this big vision, you know, we have to really be out of the box, thinking about where we're headed in this new Jetsons future that's here now. So it's very exciting.
You think about your Jetsons too, is now you're going to have your flying cars. So you saw that as well.
I saw
Bell
that.
Helicopter had a
Bell Helicopter had an
Bell
awesome
Helicopter.
looking
that was amazing.
craft,
Yes.
if you will, that is as much drone as it is helicopter.
Yeah. Dr. Fans.
Pretty too.
Yeah.
The color was incredible.
Yeah.
So
So
watching that
you
is
think about that. How we move inside of our communities is going to change. The increased mobility for every sector of our communities is going to increase. So your ability to move and your vehicles miles traveled per capita is going to increase. So the more mobility you have is greater for economic development, greater for social growth. You know, all of this is great. New technologies to provide people better information and better access to things inside of the community.
So when you think about people that can't afford cars, so they don't have cars because they can't afford to buy a whole car, now they can share cars, and more people are going to have access to personal transportation. As well as you think about now, there's companies that want to deliver medication with drones. Imagine now applying that to Amazon and UPS and the
food.
mail.
And
You
postal
don't
service.
have to imagine.
Yeah. It's already here.
Point
Yeah.
is, that's already here,
Yes.
and it's
Right.
coming, it's going to be growing. What I see Nevada doing here is, we knocked on the door, they opened it, we're inside now, and now we're going to take this and advance it to a point that the rest of the country is going to be looking at, the rest of the world, saying, look what they're doing, we need to do that too. So we're setting the stage for where this is headed.
Setting the stage and setting the appropriate, you know, it's boring to talk about it, but our world is statutes and regulations. You know, setting the right framework now for how to embrace these technologies really is going to poise Nevada to be at the lead of advanced mobility, which is our ACEs that we talked about. And it's an opportunity that we shouldn't miss to really use it to clean up our air and grow the renewable energy sector. And so it's here. And if we take the right steps now, we can embrace it even better for the betterment of everybody.
And all the renewable energy sectors are coming down in cost to implement. So
Batteries too, down like 80%.
batteries too, they're
Solar.
competing very well with all the fossil fuel resources, which is why they're going away and they don't pollute. So it's, as I like to always say, it's a great time to be alive. So since you're alive, join Green Alliance.
Green Alliance
learn more
and
about
Right.
learn more about where we're headed and what's coming up. Go to Greenfest in April. I want to thank Marie for being
thank
here
you for
today.
having
This has
me.
been a wonderful topic
Good
to
job.
talk about, and we'll be back next week on Shades of Green on KDWN. Keep it green out there. See you next week.
Thank you.